I was just putting myself into situations where I didn't have to be uncomfortable in order to soothe this anxiety inside of me that other people wouldn't perceive me well. Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about some things I've been working on recently. Those things being self-esteem and self-efficacy. Basically, self-esteem is, you can think of it like self-confidence. So how positively you view yourself and how well that view of you stays when you move to new environments. Right? So how consistent you are with that, as well as self-efficacy, which is your belief that you are capable of accomplishing and doing things in your life and just accomplishing your goals and your tasks and whatever you set out to do. So recently I've been started to read this book, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. And on chapter 4, there's just a sentence that I wanted to talk about here. And it is, "We live more to avoid pain than to experience joy." And I think that that explains very well how I've felt about myself and also the way that I've been living my life. So basically what that's saying is we are making decisions in our life to try and avoid any negative emotions or any negative feelings or any less than savory outcomes to maybe decisions or things that we do in life. And we do that so much, and we do it to kind of overcome or even avoid, really the word is avoid, what could be good, right? So we don't even know what it is we're trying to avoid, and sometimes it's things that we make up in our head that we want to avoid. And some of those things may have some validity to them, like if you're going into an environment that's brand new and you don't know the kind of people that are going to be there, and this is one that I've felt and I've dealt with a little bit, but how will those people receive you? How will they see you negatively? Will they see you positively? Will they judge you? Will they, what if, and you can kind of go down the rabbit hole and put yourself into a position where you end up not doing anything because you're so scared of what could happen. And so in that state, you end up making decisions that have you avoiding pain, so you just end up not going, or if you go, you only go for a few minutes and then you leave, or you just make a decision that is more aligned with avoiding the discomfort of that situation than it is to genuinely doing what you want to do in that situation or in that environment, right? New people, unless you're an introvert, and we can get into that in a second, but unless you're an introvert, most people want to go out and talk to new people and experience new things and have these new experiences and enrich their lives in different ways. But we're so scared of doing that because we don't want to experience the pain of rejection or judgment from others, especially people we don't know, because then we think it's the first impression, and so if they don't like me right off the bat, then something's definitely wrong with me, or at least that's how my brain would have processed something like that. But to go back to the introverted point, I told myself for a while that I believed I was introverted, and I just recently discovered that I was actually living my life avoiding any kind of discomfort in terms of meeting new people and putting myself out there just in general for new activities and new social situations, that I avoided all of these situations and attributed that to a character trait that I thought was introversion, right? To being introverted. And now I'm realizing that I was just putting myself into situations where I didn't have to be uncomfortable in order to soothe this anxiety inside of me that other people wouldn't perceive me well. And so what I'm starting to see now is that I'm actually not introverted at all. And what it actually is that I am mostly extroverted. I do want to talk to new people. I do want to experience new things in life, and I am interested in getting to know people and talking to them. But because before I didn't think that people would value me, or or I didn't inherently see value in myself, I never took the steps to actually put myself in positions to meet new people. So what I believed to be introversion was actually just anxiety that was driving my decision making, which looked externally to be introversion. And now I'm starting to realize my genuine desire is to meet new people, and it's to learn about people, and it is to learn about their experiences and the things that make them tick, the things that they're interested in, and talk about what I'm interested in, and have discussions and debates, and just talk with people. But before, I was doing exactly what the phrase said, which was focusing on avoiding pain, discomfort, anxiousness, which is where the discomfort came from, and neglecting what could be actually good, positive moments of growth in my life. So I connect very deeply with that statement, and I think that statement alone, there could be a lot of conversation had around that, and I know that that can manifest for people in many different ways, but that's how it manifested with me. It also made me believe that I needed to stay in school, or just put my head down and focus on the books and not worry about anything, go back and get higher and higher levels of education, when really I just was trying to avoid talking to new people, going to a work environment and having to meet new people and having to interact with them constantly. And now I'm seeing that I actually enjoy that aspect of it. But it took me being uncomfortable and putting myself in a position where I didn't know whether the other people around me would accept me or would judge me or not. And through me being genuine and having conversation with them, it put me at ease to where now, of course, it's not gone and my anxiety is still there, but I do not feel it as intensely. And it is easier to question it and to continue to act in a way that I prefer to act, to what I feel like my values more align with, and not allow that initial thought and discomfort to hold me back from those conversations and those environments and those interactions with people. And one more thing that I was doing was telling myself that I just wanted to become this master at the piano, this master pianist, where and for that, all you have to do is sit down at a piano alone and just practice. And so my brain was fabricating things that it told me I liked. And while I do like piano, my goal is not to become a master pianist. It's just to be able to have fun playing the piano whenever I do sit in front of it. But my anxiety was telling me, no. Not only are you going to play the piano, but you are going to do it at the highest possible level. And you are going to focus in on this for as long as you possibly can, because, and this is where the subconscious aspect of it came in, which was because I'm terrified of what is outside of this room, outside of this bubble that you've placed yourself in. And so this is more comfortable. It's more comfortable than what we don't know, right? The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. I think that's similar to, or close to, what the saying is. So this thing's bad for me, but it's holding me back. It's not bad for me, but it's just holding me back from who I really am. But it's better than God knows what a amount of other things could happen if I do put myself out there and I do become vulnerable with people. So that phrase there was just something that impacted me when I read it, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit and explain how it kind of manifested in my life. And if you have experiences similar to that and you want to leave them in the comments, please do. We can have a discussion about it. And I'd love to hear how the concept that we are living to avoid pain instead of to enjoy the pleasures and the beautiful aspects of what it means to be alive, and what that means to you, and how it looks like in your life. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.